Okay, I've ditched the vlogging thing for the moment, and I do have it still in portrait mode, but I did want to put a video up today and put it on my YouTube. So it's just going to be what it is. So this is, like I said, I was trying to decide with talking to Martha if I had shown y'all this, so I don't know. So this is the knitting blanket. It's a blanket, and I've been working on it for probably, I mean, no, when I say working on it, no, I'm not working on it. I haven't worked on it in quite some time. I just decided that, as I said, when watching Sarah, it is a Sarah, watching her videos, she's gotten me into the knitting bug again, and I got this out. So I was going to do a excuse me, coffee's making me burp, a knitting project and a crochet project. So I've got my knitting bag over here and my crochet bag over here. So I'm working on two different things off and on, whatever, here at the couch. And right now I need to figure out, I think I'm supposed to be knitting straight, right side, knit all stitches. So I'm going to try to knit and talk to y'all. So, one of the things I've been trying to do, so I think I got one of the videos onto my Facebook page, just as a playing around. So I've got this vlogging set that I bought to do my art videos with. So I've had it for a while, and yeah, you got it. Haven't used it because there's nothing really on. I think those maybe the TikTok things I did, and then I didn't do TikTok anymore, so I haven't used it. So anyway, it is right now on the other side of back there on the other side of my coffee table, hooked up, and I didn't decide to use it right now for this one. This is now sitting in this stand I have on top of my mason jar with all my yarn ends in it to get it high enough up. So anyway, man, it's hard, y'all, to try to figure out all the things you need to do to make a decent video to go on YouTube. So anyway, I'm still working on it, but I'm going to consider this my first one. So, well, it's the second one. I guess I can say that other Karen's Rambles can be part of it, but actually I'm going to probably make this Karen's, what did I say? Karen's Knitting Crochet Rambles. And that, but I wanted to say something else because I wanted to be able to include that it's just rambling, not necessarily talking about knitting or crocheting, you know, like then I can say I went to the doctor today and whatever. But anyway, definitely going to be just for sure my knitting and crocheting stuff. I suppose if I start embroidering again, I can add that. And oh, which by the way, not an embroidery. My nephew Ian, who is my sister, elder sister Margaret Ann, who passed away 5 years ago. Ian is her son, and he when his dad passed away in October, and I was down there, he took Margaret's sewing machine home with him, and he has been sewing. He made him he called it a flat hat, I don't know, and he made him a cape, I guess a cape, to wear, like if he wants to go to, he has a pants and shirt and everything too, to go to a Renaissance Festival or something. And I think he might have made James one. He's made several vests, and anyway, the place that he's been getting most of his patterns is called Twig Plus can't think. Tail? Oh gosh, I've totally lost it. Twig plus tail? Twig and tail? But it's, I've seen it both with an and sign and with a plus sign in between. They're starting this Wednesday a sew along. So the pattern hasn't come out yet, so we'll have to buy the pattern on Wednesday when it comes out. And it's a pattern for foraging is what they call it, satchel. And the picture of the on the pattern, whatever that they've shown so far, is a little girl bending down, and it's like she's got this satchel purse on her shoulder, and it looks like she's I mean, what is foraging? Isn't foraging, you go out foraging for mushrooms or leaves and stuff like that, herbs, whatever. So that, I mean, that's what this is, I guess. So you have something when you're out on a walk to put all your treasures in that you find on the way or whatever. Or I guess you just use it if you want to use it to, it says it's big enough to hold a certain size, you know, they have one in portrait and another one in landscape, and they talk about what you can, the size that each bag of what it will hold in journal wise. So you could use it also to carry a journal and some art supplies in it if you wanted to go do urban sketching while you're out or whatever as well. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. So I was really glad that Ian tagged me in it and said, yeah, you might be interested in this, Aunt Karen. So, yeah, so Wednesday I'm going to put my, well, yeah, it's in New Zealand, so they're ahead of me. So by the time I wake up, it'll probably already be out. But I want to go into town to the market on Wednesday to see about finding some fabric, since I didn't know about it last week when I was at the market. Karen, who keeps getting interested in, you know, I'm not losing interest, but yeah, oh, I want to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna lay this stuff down for a few days and pull out the sewing machine is out. I got to clean the table off so I can work at it. But pull out the sewing machine and sew for a few days. Well, I can't sew and watch TV, so at least in the evening while I'm sitting here, I will be either knitting or crocheting. So it won't be completely gone. So, but anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So I've showed you this. I'll show you. I mean, yeah, y'all have seen this, okay, because I've been working on it. So I ripped out, however you want to say it, all of those squares that I had already attached up here with the blue yarn. And I've determined, based on this row, which ones I think I can still use. And I'm gonna still have to make about 3 or 4 other ones. So I've already looked through all 3 of the books to find which ones will be suitable. Just have to make them and find out for sure if they're suitable. And then probably, rather than the blue yarn, I'm going to go ahead and join them in the yellow, so that whole section, the one section of squares, the music notes, and then the other section of squares, they'll all kind of go together because the squares are all have yellow around all the way around. So I think it'll be a little bit more, I think it'll look nicer that way. I still have to go find other blanket patterns to get the stitches that I want to fill in. So those will be, you know, at least as tall as this section, which might even be the same as the squares. Let me see. The squares are 10 centimeters. This is 14 centimeters. So it's a little bit wider than the squares. So I guess that's gonna be my my judge. How many I'm gonna make this length. So for 14 centimeters, I have to find something from other blankets that I'm going to use to fill in. So it'll be 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 14 centimeters for every, you know, so every row of squares plus the space in between will be 24, 25 centimeters altogether. So, yeah, that's where that's coming. And of course, my bag of orphan squares has, don't think I can put any more in it. So that's going to be another blanket. And I just happens today, so it is a Sarah that I've told y'all that she's the one who's kind of been influencing me watching her videos. I was just watching one today, and hers, it's not exactly, hers is a planned blanket, but it's kind of like that. It's got some big squares and it's got some small squares. And so I'll think about the way she's doing hers and look up some other, I don't know if they call it free crochet or whatever it's going to be to make that blanket. That'll be my YouTube giveaway blanket. So this one is my Facebook giveaway, and then I'll have the YouTube one that you're going to have to comment. However, whatever, when I get ready to do it, you're going to have to comment with your name in order to get into the drawing. So you'll have to watch at least the one video. Okay, y'all. I mean, no way around it. I still need y'all to go to my YouTube page and subscribe. I mean, come on. You don't have to watch anymore. Just please go. If you're on YouTube, look me up, Karen Azir, and subscribe, and you don't have to watch anymore until I will probably say on Facebook that, okay, I'm going to start taking names for my next giveaway, and you're going to have to go and you're going to have to watch the video, the information video, what you need to do in order to get into and get your name into the drawing. So come on, people. I need you. I need you. But anyway, anything else? Oh, I'll go ahead and tell y'all about the car. I talked about it. I put a post out yesterday when we were waiting for the what do you call it? Road service to come by. So we left the house. The car started perfectly fine when we left the house yesterday morning, and we stopped to get gas on the road. And when Marco got back into the car and put the key in, the steering wheel wouldn't move and the key wouldn't turn. Nothing. And I don't know how long we sat there fiddling around or whatever, and somehow whatever he did that he doesn't know what he did, and we were able to start the car. Okay, so we went on. We didn't turn around and go back home. We went ahead and finished driving. We were going to go look out at some of the the tulips and stuff that are blooming. And so we were driving, and we saw a place that to stop and take some pictures, and lo and behold, the car wouldn't start again. And this time, I mean, we did everything we could possibly think of. I got the owner's manual out and trying to, of course, that's in Dutch. So for me, that was hard, trying to figure out, for a locked steering wheel, what the heck is that in Dutch and everything. And I never could exactly find anything that was going to help us. But anyway, so we called the road service that we belong to, and I think it took an hour before they were able to get to us. And he came, and Marco was taking pictures, so I had to call Marco and say, hey, the guy's here, so hurry up, get back over here. So, which wasn't a problem because the guy speaks English, so I could still talk to him and everything. But I wanted Marco there, of course, to, once he said what the problem is, or whatever, or how to fix it. And so, and my friend Chris sent me a video today, and I was like, yep, that's exactly what the problem was. So when we stopped and took out the key, the steering wheel, that's a feature of this, maybe it's a feature of all new cars, but the last car we had was from, the Mazda we had was from 2005, and this Ford Fiesta is 2013. So maybe all the cars are doing it now. So you take the key out and the steering wheel is locked. So you couldn't, I mean, it might have just barely, but it really wouldn't, and the key wouldn't do anything. And I don't know what you're supposed to, you know, should it be that difficult to do it? But anyway, in the video that my friend sent me, so the guy was saying in there, so simultaneously try, you know, or jiggling the key while he had to do it with his leg because he had his phone, it was in his hand to film it. But so jiggle it, the steering wheel, while you're kind of jiggling the key and everything, and it should unlock. But the guy yesterday, I mean, he was, you know, really hard, back and forth kind of a thing. But I mean, we know that it's, maybe there's something wrong in the steering. I don't know. I mean, I guess gonna have to take it into the shop or whatever, or just ask or something. But anyway, I don't know. But we got home, and now that I know that can happen again, do I go out in the car? No. Yeah, I'll decide. I mean, I will go. I haven't driven it yet. I mean, I don't have any real reason to. Marco was saying, you know, and you're going to drive. And I said, why? I don't want to drive. We're going out driving around. I'd rather you drive, and I'll just sit there in the car and look around too. I don't, you know, yeah, but I want you to drive while I'm in the car with you. And I was like going, well, what, Marco? It's no different than if you whenever I go to Texas and I rent a car. You've never driven that car before. So it's going to be slightly little things that are different than your normal car. But after a few days, you know, you've gotten it all down. So as long as I'm driving during the day and not driving at night to begin with, I don't have to know where the headlights are. I don't have to do all of that stuff. So as long as I know the basic driving, I can do it. And then as I'm in the car, I could sit there and figure out how to turn the lights on and off, and, you know, dim it and do, you know, all the other stuff. Doesn't have to be done right now today, that kind of a thing. So it does seem to be driving fairly well. I mean, doesn't feel vibrating or anything like that on the road. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice car. It's 2013 Ford Fiesta. It's white. Didn't really want a white car, but hey, oh well. And yeah, it's got a few little speckles of, you know, I don't know, rocks that it hit against the car or whatever as the person is driving. But otherwise, for being 10 years old, it looks good, and everything. And what do you call it? The key fob. It works. On our Mazda, the only thing we could do was unlock the car. We couldn't lock it. That whatever, when you pressed on that part of it, it wasn't working. So this one works. So you have one to lock, one to unlock, and then for the back hatch, you have to press it twice and it unlocks the hatch. So, or opens it, whatever. And I can't even remember if I've actually looked in the back of the car yet. But anyway, and this is the weird thing. I don't know. Okay. But the windows. So the two front windows, the driver's side and the passenger side, are electric. But the two windows in the back seat are regular manual, roll it down with your hand on the knob. So I thought that was kind of weird because it happens before we ever drove the car. I opened up the back door in the car and I saw those, and I was like, oh, it doesn't have electric windows. And I was like, oh well, you know, win some, lose some. You know, you're not buying a brand new car that you can pick what you want on it and that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, no, the front windows are electric, the back windows are manual. I kind of wanted a smaller car than what we got. It is smaller than the Mazda, but it's still a little on the bigger side, but that's okay. So anyway, I've been rambling for 21 minutes and 8 seconds. I'm going to finish this row and then it's time to go do my shopping. Don't know what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Haven't. Normally Monday, okay, Monday, oh, my battery's going out. Monday is Meatless Monday. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Margaret Ann and I decided that Taco Tuesday, that Mexican Food Tuesday was okay, so it can be any kind of Mexican food. And Fish Friday, that's the only things that I can come up. If anybody knows any other, you know, what's Wednesday, what's Thursday, what's Saturday, what's Sunday, is there some kind of a saying to go with any of those days? I don't know it if there is, so please comment if you know it. And but anyway, so I have to go to the store today. Don't know that it's going to be Meatless Monday, but we'll see. And I got to get dinner out on time today. Marco was a little mad at me last night. As I was walking out, I mean, I was in the kitchen, but as I was getting ready to walk out the door, my nephew called, and we talked for an hour. And then while I was cooking, I was talking to Martha, and I didn't think that that was holding me up, but I guess it probably was. So we didn't eat dinner until 7 o'clock, and we are a typical Dutch family. Most Dutch people eat at 6 o'clock, at least, you know, definitely Marco's parents, that generation. And so when Marco was growing up, dinner was on the table at 5:15 even. So that's what I've done since I've been here. I shoot for 5:45, but a lot of times it's 6 o'clock. So it was 7 o'clock last night before we had dinner, and he wasn't happy about that. Especially because since we were out on the road, we didn't have lunch. So he was hungry. So anyway, y'all take care, and yeah, Karen's Rambles, episode 1. Bye-bye.